will just discuss the answer because I think I don't have to write the steps for this. There is no specific steps that I can show you here. So I will just explain how to get the answer. So this is 6 plus negative 3. When it is positive and minus, we can combine them become minus. So this is positive and negative, plus and negative, we can just simplify it into negative. So later we will read it as 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3, it will be equals to 3. In here also we can combine it, become negative 6 minus 4, it will be equals to negative 10. Negative 2 minus 8 will be equals to negative 10. Negative 6, negative 1 plus 6, it will be equals to 5. Negative 10 plus 4, it will be equals to negative 6. For the question 2, from 5 into 2, the things that I have to do is subtract 3. That's why the answer is minus 3. From 4 into negative 6, so it means I have to subtract it by 10. That's why the answer is negative 10. Do the same thing for all of the question. For the C, from negative 3 into 3, so it means I do 3 minus negative 3, which is equals to 6. From negative 12 into negative 4, I need to add 4. From negative 12 into negative 8, it means I need to add 4. From 7 into negative 6, I need to do subtract by 13. So here are the answer. For the question 3 also, for subtraction, I don't think you will have any problem. So I will just display the answer. If you think anything is confusing from here, feel free to ask me. Is there anything confusing from the question 1 until question 3? Wait. Is my student still here? My screen freeze. Okay, yeah. Wait. Sorry, my screen is freezing. Wait, I cannot do anything first. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, the chat is already coming back. Okay. Yeah, is there anything is confusing from the question 1 until question 3? Is there anything from confusing from question 1 until question 3? I know you already did it as a homework. For today, I will just showing you the answer and discuss it with you. If anything is confusing, please let me know. Is there anything confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, I will move to the question 4, 5. This is the question 4 and 5. If we have this kind of minus and negative together, we can simplify them as addition. So this is, we can just do addition. 10 plus 3, it will be equals to 13. This is also, we can simplify it as addition. Negative 10 plus 5 will be equals to negative 5, and so on. For the question 5, if we have the diagram like this, pyramid, read the things what you have to do. In here it says that we need to add two numbers above. So we need to add 3 plus negative 5, it will be equals to negative 2. Negative 5 plus 4, it will be equals to negative 1. And then negative 2 plus negative 1, it will be negative 3. Do the same thing for another diagram. Negative 4 plus 2, it will be equals to negative 2. 2 plus negative 1, it will be equals to 1. And then negative 2 plus 1, it will be equals to negative 1. And then for the last diagram, also the same thing. Negative 1 plus 4, it will be equals to 3. 4 plus negative 6, it will be equals to negative 2. 3 plus negative 2, it will be equals to 1. Okay, is there anything confusing from the question 4 and 5? Or maybe I talk too fast or something? You can check your homework answer also. If there is anything wrong on your answer, you can make the correction answer. Nothing is confusing? Okay, if nothing is confusing, I will move to the next question. I'm sorry, my screen is freezing again. Okay, now question 6, 7, and 8. For question 6, I don't think you will have any difficulties. In this thing, we just need to multiply negative 3 times negative 3. Negative times negative, it will be positive. And then 3 times 3 is 9. That's why the answer is 9. But like for 2 times negative 3, you know that 2 times 3 is 6. Positive times negative, the answer is negative. That's why it will be negative 6 for 2 times negative 3. Is there anyone who get confused to find the result of multiplication? No? Really? For sure? No confusion? Okay, if nothing is confusing, let us move to question 7. For question 7, this is also the same thing. For division, when a positive divided by negative, the answer will be negative. Or when all the signs are different, the answer will be negative. When the signs are the same, the answer will be positive. So for example, 20 divided by negative 2, the 20 is positive and then the 2 is negative. Positive and negative, the answer will be negative. 20 divided by 2, the answer is 10. That's why the answer is negative 10 for question 7a. For question 7c, both of them are negative. When both of them are negative, the answer will be positive. 44 divided by 4, the answer is 11. And then for the C, the answer is positive. Something like that. Is there anything is confusing from question 7? Or maybe I talk too fast or my voice not audible enough? Hello? Nothing is confusing? Really? Okay. If nothing is confusing, I will move to question 8. For question 8, we already have the multiplication box. From the multiplication box, we need to make it into division. To change it into division, we will write the result first. Result by divided by negative 5, the answer will be equals to 6. And then if negative 30 divided by 6, the answer will be equals to negative 5. You just need to flip the number and change it into division. Is there anything is confusing from question 8? Or maybe I talk too fast and my voice not audible enough? Yeah. Anything is confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, let us move to the next question. If you think I talk too fast, you can feel free to interrupt me. It's okay. Because if you do not remind me, I will talk in the same pace. So please, if you think I talk too fast, you can remind me. I will be talking slower. Okay. Let us move to question 9. Xavier has made a mistake. So 5 times 5 is 25. Negative 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. The answer is wrong because negative times negative, the answer will be positive. That's why negative 5 times negative 5, the answer will be equals to 25. Is there anyone who get confused in question 9? Is there anyone who get confused in the question 9? No? Okay. If no one get confused, I will move to question 10. The product of two different integers is negative 16. When I check your homework, some of you made lot of mistake for product. Product in here, it means times, not sum. If the result of addition, we call it as sum. But if product is the result of multiplication. Product in here, it means times. But if plus, the other word of plus is sum. Some of you make it like negative 8 plus negative 8 will be equals to negative 16. No, because product means times, not if addition, it will be sum, something like this. If this is the other term that maybe not usually not uh, already you did not really get used to with these two terms. Product means times and then sum means plus. So the number, it can be 1 times negative 16 or negative 1 times 16, 2 times negative 8 or negative 2 times negative 2 times 8, or the last one is negative 4 times 4. Is there anyone who get confused, or maybe I talk too fast? You can clarify your answer and tell me what is your answer if you feel that you are still not really sure with your answer. You can clarify to me. You can type it, or you can unmute yourself and tell me. Is there anything is confusing from for question 10? Is there anything? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing from question 10, I will move to question 11. For question 11, we have multiplication box. So to find the answer, the number in the box, we can just do division. So we can do 20 divided by negative 2. The answer will be negative 10. And then for the B, negative 12 divided by 4. The answer will be equals to negative 3. For the C also, you can do division, negative 45 divided by 9. For the D, negative 35 divided by negative 5, which is equals to 7. Is there anything is confusing for question 11? Is there anything confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, I will move to the next exercise 1.2 at page 8. If nothing is confusing. Wait, my screen is freezing again. Okay. Really, nothing is confusing, yeah? Okay, if nothing is confusing, I will move to the next question. If anything is confusing, feel free to ask me. If you have any doubt, you can clarify to me. Do not stay quiet. It will be better if you clarify all your doubt rather than you stay quiet. Okay? My voice is still audible enough, right? Yeah, because I can see some of you are having internet trouble, so I'm afraid if I'm also having internet trouble, because at the very first my voice is not really connected also. For the question 1, find the first 3 multiple of each number. To find the multiple, you can just do 12 times 1, 12 times 2, 12 times 3. So 12 times 1 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, 12 times 3 is 36. So the first 3 multiples of 12, it will be 12, 24, 36. Do the same thing for the, yeah, okay. Number 1 is not the homework. So I will just display the answer. If you think there is anything confusing from question 1, you can feel free to ask me. I will just display all the answer. I know the homework is only number 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 12. I know that. But I will just discuss all the numbers. If you think anything is confusing from any number, feel free to ask me. Do not stay quiet. Okay. For the question 2 is the homework, so you can check your answer. Multiple of 10, the last digit will be 0. So it will be only 40. 2 factors of 24. So if factors of 24, we need to find any number that I can use to divide 24. They are 8 and 12. And then a common factor of 27 and 36. So I need to find any number that can divide both of 27 and 36. The number is 9. For number question 2D, prime number, the prime number in here is 23. Prime number is any number that only has 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. Is there anything confusing from question 2? Is there anything confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing from question 2, I will move to question 3. I know question 3 is not the homework. Yeah. List all the prime numbers between 40 and 50. To make a list for prime numbers between 40 and 50, you can check it one by one. Maybe you can make a list from 41 until 49. You try it one by one. 41 cannot be divided by any number, so yes, 41 is a prime number. 42 can be divided by 2, so 42 is not a prime number. 43 cannot be divided by any number, so yes, 43 is a prime number. If I move to 44, 44 is divisible by 2, so 44 is not a prime number. 45 is divisible by 5, so 45 is not a prime number. And then 46 is divisible by 2, so 46 is not a prime number. 47 cannot be divided by any number, so yes, 47 is a prime number. And then move 48. 48 is divisible by 2, so no. 49 is divisible by 7, so it's also not a prime number. So the prime number between 40 and 50, it will be only 41, 43, 47. Is there anyone who get confused in question 3? Or maybe I talk too fast? Is there anyone have any confusion? No? Okay. If no one get confused, I will move to the question 5. A question 4 first. Okay. Question 4 in here, we already have the list of these numbers given. So the numbers in here, it will be 95, 96 until 100. We already have the list. Now our job, we need to find the multiple of 2. The characteristic of any number that is multiple of 2, you just can observe the last digit. The last digit has to be even number. If the last digit is even number, so the number is multiple of 2. The last digit that is having even number only 96, 98, and 100. So the multiple of 2 are 96, 98, and 100. For multiple of 5, the last digit of multiple of 5 is 5 and 0. So they can be 95 and 100 only. If common multiple of 2 and 5, when it is said 2 and 5, so it means I need to multiply 2 and 5. 2 times 5 will be equals to 10. So now I just need to find the multiple of 10. Multiple of 10 in here is 100. That's why the answer is 100. For question 4D, a factors of 500. Factors of 500, so I need to find any number that I can use to divide 500. It's only 100. For the question E, a prime number. Prime number in here, so 95 is divisible by 5, so no. 96 is divisible by 2, so no. 97 cannot be divided by anything, so yes. 97 is a prime number. 98 is divisible by 2. 99 is divisible by 3. 100 is divisible by 2. So the only prime number in here is 97. Cannot be any number else other than 97. For question F, a common multiple of 2 and 3. There is word 2 and 3, so I need to multiply them. 2 times 3, it will be equals to 6. So I need to find multiple of 6. The only number that I can divide it by 6 is only 96. So the answer is 96 for question 4F. Is there anyone who get confused in the question 4F? Is there anyone who get confused? Or my voice not really audible enough for all of you? Feel free to ask me if you have any confusion. Or if you think my voice not audible enough, you can remind me through the chat box. Is there anything confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, let us move to question 5. What we have in the question 5? In the question 5, Mia said that 17, 37, 47, and in 7. And they are prime numbers. And she said that 57 and 67 must be prime number also. Is she correct? The answer is not correct. Why? Because 57 is divisible by 3. So, or you can say that 57 has more than 2 factors is also okay. So the answer is wrong. Only 67 that is prime number. Actually, there is one number that she skips, 27. After 17, supposed to be 27, right? 27 is not on the list because actually 27 is not a prime number. So she made a mistake at there. Is there anyone who get confused or anything that I need to repeat from question 4 and 5? Or my voice not audible enough or something? Hello? Is there anything confusing from question 4 and 5? No? Okay. Nothing is confusing? Okay, if nothing is confusing, I will move to the question 6. Okay, question 6, 7, and 8. For this question, now we already have the numbers. We need to check if the statement is true or false. So 7 is a factor of 84. The answer yes, true, because 7 times 12 will be equals to 84. 80 is multiple of 15. The answer is false, because 15 times 5 it will be only 75. If 15 I multiplied by 6, the answer is 90. I cannot get 80. So yeah, 80 is not multiple of 15. For the question C, there is only one prime number between 90 and 100. From the previous question, we already checked. From 95 until 100, it's only 97. 91, it can be divided by 7, so it's not a prime number. 92 is divisible by 2, so it's not a prime number. 93 can be divided by 3, so it's not a prime number. 94 is divisible by 2, so it's not a prime number. So yes, the only prime number is 97. For the question 60, 37 is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9. The answer is false, because the lowest common multiple is 18. 36 only common multiple, not the lowest common multiple. For the question E, 5 is the highest common factor. The answer is false, because there is another number that is higher than 5, and also a factor of 25 and also 50. The answer is 25, because 25 can be divided by 25, 50 can be divided by 25. So 5 only common factor of 25 and 50. But 5 is not the highest common factor of 25 and 50. Is there anyone who get confused for the question 6? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If no one get no confusion, I will move to question 7. Question 7 is not your homework. I know. In here, to find the LCM, you can make a list of the multiple of 4 and multiple of 6. You can make a list of them and then find the common one. So the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6 is 12. 15 and 20, the LCM is 60. 20 and 50, the LCM is 100. 6 and 7, the LCM is 42. Is there anyone who get confused at question 7? No? If you have any confusion, feel free to ask me. Yeah, do not stay quiet. Or maybe if you think I talk too fast, you need me to talk slower, you can remind me. Because sometimes if no one interrupt me, I will just say something that is on my head, and sometimes it will be like talking too fast. So please remind me if you think I talk too fast and it's not audible enough for you. Okay, for question 8, find the factors of each number. It is your homework, so you can check the answer with your homework. The factors of 27, it can be 1, 3, 9, 27. For the 28, it will be 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, 28. For 72, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 18, 24, 36, and 72. For 82, it will be 1, 2, 41, 82. For 31, because it is a prime number, so the factor will be only 1 and 31. Is there anything is confusing? Confusing? If maybe your factor is not complete yet, you can check the answer sheet that I give it in here, and you can complete your answer. Okay, is there anything confusing right now from until the question 8? Is there anything confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, I will move to the question 8, question 9. Oops, sorry. Yeah. I will move to question 9. If you think anything that I need to repeat, feel free to ask me, yeah. Do not stay quiet. Okay, now we need to find the prime factors of each number. If it is prime factor, so we only write the prime number. No need to make list from 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and then 32. No, you only have to write the prime only. And remember, number 1 is not a prime number. Prime number starts from 2. So 32 can only be divided by 2. So the prime number of 32 is only 2. Prime number of 18, it will be 2 and 3. Prime number of 70, it can be 2, 5, 7. Prime number of 19, it will be 3 and 11. Prime number of 19, it will be 19 only. Is there anyone who get confused or get different answer? With your homework answer, you can clarify it with me. Do not stay quiet. Feel free to ask. Is there anything confusing at question 9? Is there anything confusing there? No? No confusion? Okay. If no confusion, I will move to question 10. Find the HCF of each pair of number. To find the HCF, you can make a list for all of the factors from 12 and also 15. The factors of 12, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And then the factors of 15, it will be 1, 3, 5, and 15. We take the highest common one. So the common only 3. That's why the answer is 3. Do the same thing for all of the number. So the answer will be 6, 12, and 1 for the B, C, D. Is there anyone who get confused or get different answer at the question 10? Oh yeah, question 10 is not your homework. But is there anything confusing at question 10? Is there anything confusing? Like how do you find the HCF? Is there anyone get confused? No? Okay. If no one get no confusion, I will move to question 11. The HCF of 221 and 390 is 17. Explain why 221 and 390 cannot be prime numbers. Because the common factors, they already have the common factor 17. So it means 17 will be the factors of 221 and 391. So yeah, because the 221 and 391 already have more than 2 factors, so I cannot call them as a prime numbers because prime numbers will be only having 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. Is there anyone who get confused at the question 11? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay. If no one get no confusion, I will move to question 12. Find two numbers that are not prime number and then have an HCF of 1. In here, there will be so many possible answer. My example, it will be 4 and 9. And then the other example, it will be 10 and 21. If you have different answer and you want to check if it is correct or not, you can tell me. I will tell you. But if you already submit your homework since before, I already leave a private comment on your answer. So if there is a mistake at there, I will let you know. So for those who haven't submit the homework, if you have any different answer and you want to clarify it to me, you can clarify it to me through the chat box or you can unmute yourself. Is there anything confusing from exercise 1.2? Is there anything? No, for sure? No confusion? Okay. If now nothing is confusing, I will move to the page 9 because all of you already done it, so I can go faster. Yeah, for the question 9, in here we already have the number 1 is not your homework. I know number 1 is not your homework. I will just display it here. So for number 1, we already have the factor 3. We have to complete the factor 3. In case you forget how to make a factor 3, the branches will be only at a composite number or at non-prime number. 11 is a prime number, so it means I do not have to make any brains at number 11. But at number 8, since 8 is not a prime number, I have to add another branches of number 8. It will be 2 and 4. 4 is not a prime number, so I have to make another branches again. For it, I can break down into 2 times 2. Do the same thing for all of the number. When the number is not a prime number, I have to make a branch until all the number at the end, it will be prime number. Is there anyone who's still confused to make a factor 3? Because you will be using the factor 3 until you are in the grade 9 and 10. So is there anyone have any difficulties on making factor 3? No, for sure. Okay, if no one get confused on making a factor 3, I will move to question 2. Yeah, at the question 2 in here, we have to draw different factors 3 for 80. The answer will be up to you in here. The 80, I can start with 8 times 10, and then the 8 I break down, the 10 I break down. Or you can start with the 80, I can start with 2 times 40. So the 40 I need to break down again. Or you can start the 80 by 5 times 16, and you will break down again, something like that. Or the 80 you can break down into 4 times 20. So later the 4 and the 20 you will break down until you find all the prime number at the end of every branches. Later, as long as your end of every branches will be 2, 2, 2, 2, and 5, there are 4 numbers of 2 and 1 number of 5. So it means your factor 3 is already correct. So later, if I want to write the result as product of prime, since there are 4 numbers of 2, I can write it down as 2 to the power of 4 times 5. Is there anyone who get confused at number 2? Is there anyone? No? Or have anyone get confused? Okay, no one asked say anything, so I don't think anyone get confused. I will move to question 7. For question 7, if we already have the product of primes and we need to find the real number, we need to find the every indices, we have to simplify it first. So 3 to the power of 2 is 9, 5 to the power of 2 is 25, so I will multiply 2 times 9 times 25. The result will be 450. Do the same thing for the other number. So I need to simplify all the 2 to the power of 4 and then 3 to the power of 3. And then I multiply them. For the C also the same thing. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 11 to the power of 2 is 121. 4 times 121, the answer will be 484. Is there anyone who get confused so far? Or maybe I talk too fast? I need to be slow down or something. Is there anything confusing? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, we have 3 minutes left. I think it will be enough if we discuss next question. 84, it's already, you already have the product of primes. 84 is 2 to the power of 4 times 3 times 7. And then the 90 is 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 5. When we are going to find the HCF, we need to take the common number with the lowest power. So the common number in 84 and 90 are number 2 and number 3. The number 2, there are 2 to the power of 2 and 2 only. Since we have to take the lowest power, so I will take the number 2 without any power. For the 90, for number 3, there will be 3 and 3 to the power of 2. Since I have to take the lowest power, I will take the 3 only. So for the HCF, it will be 2 times 3. You can simplify 2 times 3 as 6, or if you want to keep it as 2 times 3 is also okay, because the question is asking as product of prime. So keep it as 2 times 3. Do not change it into number 6, because the question asks you to write it as product of primes. For the LCM, you have to take all the types of number with the highest power. So the types of number in here, it will be 2, 3, 5, and 7. There are 4 types of number. For number 2, there are 2 to the power of 2 and number 2. I take the highest, so I will take 2 to the power of 2. And then after that, I have 3 to the power of 2 and 3. I need to take the highest, so I will take the 3 to the power of 2. And then the leftover number, 5 and 7, they are different, so I will just write them all, 5 and 7. I don't have to compare it, take the which one is the highest, because yeah, the 5 and 7 only came once. So now we already have the product of primes of the LCM will be 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 5 times 7. Is there anyone who get confused so far? Or maybe I talk too fast still? Okay, if nothing is confusing, I think that's all for today. As the homework, just try to complete all the question in your workbook, because start from today, I will be discussing your workbook, all the question. So it will be better if you complete all the questions. So when I discuss it, you can directly check your answer. Okay, I think that's all for today's class. Good morning and thank you, students.
Good morning and thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
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 Okay, bye bye.